A-R-T-E-R.
Okay, just want to make sure I had you on our list. Thank you.
Okay.
Test. I'm going to test my sound.
Good.
You're good.
I have no idea what that was. Sorry. Oh, good. We have a good turnout today.
And
John, where'd you go?
I think that we have a number of new members. So, Vilya, let's figure out how we get them to, what's a good way to have them introduce themselves? What do you think?
I think we can just kind of go around the screen and so, well, Diane has mentioned that she'll be coming down soon. Diane, how did you come to the league?
Well, since I'm moving to Sarasota, I decided, being a Bostonian, I needed to find a place to
Park.
work hard at getting our country to a place where it should be.
Oh, you found your people.
I need my people.
And are you a member in Boston?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll look forward to getting to know you and giving you a little background. This will be helpful in telling you what the heck we're up to these days.
Good.
Welcome.
Yes, hopefully you'll have a good overview. And I did meet Marilyn at the happy hour at Green Zebra. So welcome, Marilyn. We had a little bit of a chat. So you got to meet a few people there.
Yes, I did. And I came home and I registered to be a member.
Yes, I saw that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Okay, this will be a good chance for you to tune in. Okay,
Yes.
and Pam, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe you already have been a member, but I don't think I know you.
Yeah, I'm a new member, and I'm
Okay.
Leslie Curley. She's one of my volunteers in my office. Hi, Leslie.
Pam. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Hey, and I know Liz Barber and Ann Hardy, and I was telling Ann the other day. I came to the luncheon the other day. I really didn't know.
I thought I saw you. Yeah.
I didn't know until fairly recently really what the League of Women Voters was all about. It's just this last year that I've really made that discovery. So I'm very happy to join, and I'll participate. I still work full time, so I will participate as much as I can.
And
Okay.
should I assume that you're an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
You
good
guys
guess because of your
are
who you know.
lucky. Let me tell you something. Pam is the best. She is the best.
Okay.
Really,
That's
she
at
is
what,
going to be
Leslie?
fantastic.
That's at what?
Everything.
No, I work for legal aid. I work for legal aid, and Leslie is one of my volunteer retired attorneys who helps me out a lot.
Okay. Awesome. Well, after you listen to this call, if there's something that piques your interest, then we would love to talk to you about where your interests lie. So, and then Laurel, do you want to tell? Oh, you're a little bit muted. Oh, muted. Yep.
I'm a new member, and I've been an admirer of the league for a long time, just kind of watching some of the stands that the league takes, and I decided it was time to join and time to activate.
Awesome. Okay, well, welcome.
Happy to have you.
Yes. Have I missed any of the new folks? I don't think so. Jane, it's good to see you.
Is new to me.
But Jane, I think you're muted, but I think you've been to something before, haven't you?
So the last meeting I went to of the League of Women Voters was in the 1970s in Aspen, Colorado.
Oh,
so I'm not a child, but I moved around mostly in the American West and ended up in Sarasota in 2011 because my mom was still around.
Okay.
And I've done some volunteering in town, but haven't done any for a long time. And so I've always appreciated the agenda from the league. So.
Okay. How long have you been in Sarasota?
I've been in Sarasota since 2011.
Okay. I just felt like I'd seen you before somewhere. So. Okay.
Well, if you go to the YMCA or the last 6 years at HealthFit, that's probably where you saw me.
Okay. All
Otherwise, probably not.
Okay, good. Hi,
one
Nancy.
of 500
Hi.
publics.
And Andy's, is Andy
Okay.
a member?
Well, it's Nancy. It's
Yeah.
Nancy. So,
That's Nancy Lithgow.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Oh,
Great.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I recognize the Andy part.
She's got an alias going.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And here's Tina and Sandra. And Sandra, I believe you must be new. We were just kind of welcoming new people. So Sandra, you're muted, but if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you come to the league.
Dorothy Murphy.
Ah,
And tell us the story.
Well, Dorothy and Elena Visvari, both dear friends, and encouraged me to join.
Awesome.
So I am new.
Okay, great. Well, welcome.
And
Okay,
Maria,
well,
there's a Thomas Duke.
oh, that's Gail, right?
Oh.
Isn't that Gail? I don't see a photo, but I believe that's Gail. So Gail, if that's not you, let us know. Or wait, that doesn't work, does it?
It is me.
Okay.
It is her. Okay.
And
Okay. Well, we
Julia,
tried.
before you get started, I just wanted to just let everybody know, especially the new people, what this meeting is. If this is your first time here, you're just going to be listening. And all of the local leaders are getting together to tell each other what's new and what's up and what we're working on in the last month. It's a way for us to stay informed with each other, and also a way for our members to understand what all is going on in a short, sweet format. So that's all I had to say. Billy and I are co-presidents, and we're thrilled to have everybody here.
Yeah. So the format is that everybody has 3 minutes. We try to be very respectful. It's got to be brief. It's just what we're working on, what we could use help with, and that type of thing. So we have a hard stop at 1 hour. So we're just going to run down the different action teams and committee leads to give us a brief overview. Then as they speak, if you have a question, maybe if you want to just raise your hand, we don't really drill into questions on this call, but they can put in their email address into the chat, or maybe if you want to put questions in the chat, we'll see if we have time to address. But we're asking if you really want to talk to somebody about voter services or about the education team or natural resources, that you would speak to them offline after this call. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to just tell you a little bit about, first of all, as the president, kind of the president's point of view, we attend a local leaders call, and we actually have a number of people who do that each month. And I wanted to tell you about the focus of the state league at this point. They have really started coming together and doing a big effort right now about redistricting. So there's going to be a new, Sherry's not on the call today, she's head of the Speakers Bureau, but there is going to be a new Speakers Bureau presentation coming out here shortly from the State League on redistricting, because we know Florida is at least talking about redistricting. They have formed a committee on that. So Liz will talk about the focus of the rallies, but I just wanted to let you know that we hadn't seen much from the State League since the leadership turned over in June. But suddenly we're really getting a lot of good direction and good information, and redistricting is going, the threat of mid-cycle redistricting is going to be a big focus for us. So that's kind of where I'm coming from as the president at this time. Okay, let's see, Nancy Morrison.
All
Where are you,
right.
Nancy? Okay, Nancy's going to talk about communications.
It's been very busy. It's hard to imagine. It seems like there's so many things going on right now that really depend on communications. So I've been helping with, anything from the yard signs to flyers and newsletter, and Andrea Ginsky is also helping me. We're working together on that. But I think the big revelation for the month was that when I did a question for the Hot Topics event, so many people, I'd say 85% said they heard about the event on our newsletter. And we have a subscriber list of about 1,200 people, only 300 or so of which are members. But it really is turning out to be so crucial that we get people to subscribe to our newsletter, because that seems to be the major vehicle. And we tried postcards for the first time, and I feel like it was a total waste of money. I don't think it really made any difference as far as people being, registering. But our open rate right now, last month we had to have 2 newsletters because we had something in one newsletter that was more proprietary. So it really was a good way to figure out what's going on between our members and our non-members. We had an open rate of 86% for our members and 68% for people who are non-members, with a click rate for the members of 13% and non-members for 5%. And then I looked at the attendees from our Hot Topics event, and about a third of the people there were non-members. So our newsletter is extremely important, and that's what we really want to continue doing.
Okay, thank you,
And
Nancy.
Delia, can I
Yes.
jump in because
Oh,
I have
absolutely, Sean.
I
Go
have
ahead.
a physical therapy appointment at 4:40.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
I have to leave at 4:30.
Okay.
So I'm just going to jump in on social media. And I think the thing that I'm most amazed by is I boosted our post for the Fair Maps event on October 4th, the rally. And so far it's had 5,357 views. And 88% of that is non-followers. But what's amazing is that there were 78 shares
Wow.
of the event information and 35 people clicked the link. But there were also 454 likes, well, actually more than that, 500 reactions, almost all of which were positive. Now, in the comments, there were a lot of positives, but you always have the interesting people who have some interesting comments. So it's always good if we can go in there and say really positive comments like this is an important thing or this is an important event. We should all, but at any rate, I was, I think it's like $10 a day, for 14 days, and it's only been like 5 days. So I was pretty amazed at where we are there. And then I had also boosted the Save Act, and that had over 8,500 views and different reactions. So yeah, so far over a 1-month period, we've had 15,000 views.
Awesome. Okay.
Of the different content that we've had on Facebook. I'm also posting to Instagram. I'm posting a lot of the stuff to Blue Sky and some stuff to Twitter. So Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter.
And
X.
the more that we all subscribe, the more we all follow the posts and share the post, the more mileage we're going to get out of it. So I encourage you all to follow the league page and like or share the posts that you see there.
And if you want to comment, have a nice comment. Don't react. I would say it's hard because with some of the people you want to react.
Yeah, don't interact. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Unless you just want to say, I'm sorry, I don't agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Great work.
All right. Thanks for letting me go early.
Sure. Okay.
I'm so glad to see so many new people on the call.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Community development, Leslie.
Oh, yes, I had said where we're starting is by trying to collate all of the contacts from all of our various committees. I received responses from 3 people which, you know, is a nice list. It's a good start. But if you haven't been able to get me a list of your contacts, anybody who's hearing my voice, I would appreciate it. The next step is to we need to understand better what these organizations do and how they will mesh with the League of Women Voters, whether they'll simply be recipients of Speakers Bureau or Voter Services, or we can align with them in some way. So some research, perhaps even talking to the people who gave me the information, if they have a good relationship. If not, maybe, you know, going out and talking to these contact people to really understand who they are, what they do, and how we can work best with them. And hopefully the end product will be a comprehensive list that everybody in the organization, our organization, can use when they are trying to do any kind of outreach to the community.
So if I may, for the new folks, what Leslie is talking about and how you might be able to contribute right off the bat is that we are trying to, for lack of a better word, make sure that the League and its resources are available to appropriate community groups. We have Speakers Bureau on various topics, as you heard. It's going to be soon, we'll have one on what does redistricting midterm mean? What does the SAVE Act mean? Various topics. If you go to our website, you'll see a bunch of them. We want to make sure that we're making contact with all organizations that would be interested in having Kathy and her team do voter registration events, or having Sherry and her team do speaking engagements. So that's, if you have an organization that you work with, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to interject something here, because I got an email a couple of hours ago and now other people are forwarding. There is a phishing email from Girls Inc. So if you get an email asking you to bid on a program or get involved, open a file from Girls Inc., do not open it. I called them and it is a phishing scam. And I see that several of you have received that. So I'm assuming more people are going to. So please do not open that email. Okay, thank you, Leslie. Rhonda, editorial. We are so excited about our editorial success.
And I will tell you about that. And I do have one other thing I want to mention. But first, Marilyn Schwartz is a brand new member, and I want to welcome you. And if we have time at the end, we'll ask you to introduce yourself as we did with the others.
Oh, we did actually.
Oh, we did?
She did.
Oh,
I think it's maybe Pat Wellington who came in to the call after we did the introductions. So we'll circle back.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I've been a member for a little bit though.
Oh, okay.
A couple of years.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yes, we have two folks, especially on our editorial team. Art Hardy and Margaret Bryant are folks that are taking topics that we discuss and are writing editorials, and we've had tremendous success. We just had our Constitution Day editorial run in the Herald Tribune, SAVE Act editorial. Jill prepared one on women education. So we've had at least one a month, and then recently, I think two, papers, North, South, and Central. So it's quite wonderful that the committee is going to be meeting again in early October and discuss what the next topics will be. Undoubtedly, it will be redistricting and voter integrity. I think that our focus is going to be on, well, I'll speak to the committee, on voter issues as we get ready for the midterm elections. And that's the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we're going to be doing our candidate forums again for both the primaries and the general election. And we need a team. We need volunteers that are interested in the issues. Forums are basically what we call debates, so it is a different format, but that it is where we invite the candidates for particular races, county commission, school board, hospital board, et cetera, to either gather for Zoom meeting or gather in person. We always record and live stream these, and the team is responsible for interacting with the candidates, developing the questions, and all the facility, all the logistics. It's a short period of time, but it's an intense period of time. So if you're interested in the forums, please email Rhonda at LWVSRQ.org, RHONDA, and I can put my name in the chat.
Okay.
Delia, was there anything else you think I was supposed to? Oh, I know. I'm going to, I'll just do a short introduction that says League in Action is another community outreach effort. And I don't think there's anyone from the team on the call. League in Action is a project that we use text in order to spread the word, just as Sean had talked about on social media. The idea is for a core group of people to be signed on to this app, and then you share messages and it goes, you know, it spreads, just as Sean was talking about. It is a work in progress that the League in Action team is still developing, and hopefully by the next board meeting, they will have their determination as to whether or not it's moving forward or we're going to take a new tactic.
Okay, thank you. Carol, would you speak on hot topics, please?
On September 9th, now Hot Topics is the luncheons, the monthly luncheons in which we make a presentation on a topic of interest to the League and its members and the community. And on September 19th, Hot Topics presented the first of our constitutional crisis luncheons, focusing on immigration and food insecurity. And I think we had about 56 guests. Mary Pat, you agree with that? That was the count that I got before we
actually had 53 show up, attend.
Right, which is excellent. Based on history, that's a way above average. So the interest that we have in the program is excellent. On October 17th, we'll host the second program in our Constitutional Crisis series with discussions of the League's positions and actions on immigration, as well as drilling down on the topic of current immigration questions. So we're going to be informing the public about, and ourselves, about the League on immigration positions, actions, and again, having Jim Delgado come back and speak with us about immigration in the community. And on November 14th, we'll present the third luncheon in the series on freedom of the press. In January, we'll continue luncheon presentations tied to current issues and events, and the program will continue through May this year. We're taking we want to be more timely and reactive to current events. And because this is a new committee that's taken a great deal of work to get together and off the ground, we've done a lot of advanced planning to get where we are. But what we'd like to do is to get together in November and have a meeting with our team and say what's relevant in January, who can we get to speak, and to put programs together more quickly so that we can be more responsive to community needs. We'll see how that goes.
Great, thank you. And I think what we learned on Friday was that Jim Delgado is a very dynamic, compelling speaker. And so that October luncheon is going to be a knockout, I think. And then it's interesting when we were talking about trying to be timely, that events have made our November and December presentations timely because November is freedom of the press and everything that's happened with that. And then December is trust in media. And so it's actually that events have moved to meet us with our planning. And I'm like, at last we're very topical and timely with
Most
our.
unfortunately, but topical.
Yeah. So anyhow, so that's very encouraging. And then Mary Pat, if you'll just talk about events, because I think that's a good dovetail with that.
Sure. Not a whole lot to report other than we did have the event on Friday at Stony Brook, which it was really nice to see such an engaged and enthusiastic group of folks gathered, and a little bit of the feedback that I've gotten. So some of the things that we were trying was we actually had postcards on the table that had a QR code to the evaluation. Nobody clicked on that. So I sent an email out today to all the attendees.
I did.
Yep. And so hopefully we'll get more. I know that 3 people at least since 10:30 this morning have responded, so that's good. It's too early to give you any kind of data feedback about that. We are, like Carol and Vilya have said, working on the additional hot topics that will be monthly on the third Friday of the month, Carol? Second Friday of the month. And right now through March, they will be at Stony Brook. We may be changing locations after that, not sure yet, won't be sure for a little bit. But they seem to do well for us. People were very accepting of the fact that, you know, every event planner's worst nightmare is the fact that somebody's not going to show up. And somebody got sick and wasn't able to show up, one of the speakers. But I think that Jamie or Jim and Nell did a great job filling in the space. And as Vilya mentioned, in December is our annual holiday luncheon, which will also be at Stony Brook, and that will be Diane McFarland speaking on trust and truth, and endangered or enduring, I think is the name of it. So we're looking forward to that. Also, we are beginning to look at other events outside of the hot topics. And so we're working on coming up with some presentations for that. And one of the things that we are in desperate need of is a backup or somebody that is good with technology for live stream, manning a camera to live stream our events, so that we can at least get a recording and have them on our website. That was a fail on Friday, but it all works. It will work out. So if you or anybody that you know of is technology friendly and would like to participate in that, I am looking for several people, one person, because it can't just live up here in my brain.
Mary Pat, our college students, you know, Tina Beer has contact with our college students. I'm sure some of them are better versed in all technology than we are, the college students.
That's
So
a
they
good
have to
idea.
be able to attend the events, though.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
worth exploring. But we would love to have one or two members who could be backup on that. Mary
Yeah.
Pat's trying to juggle the laptop and the PowerPoint and the camera and the mics, and so we could use some more help on that. And Mary Pat, you just need more help on your events team too, right? Or are you covered there?
Yeah, no, we can always use more people. So not only do we have, people that are willing to work at the event and to help get people checked in and all of that, but we also need, my vision for the events planning team is to also have team members that are comfortable with interacting with speakers and being able to get their materials and so we can spread the wealth of how do we actually put on an event and all of that. So that would be great if anybody has that interest, if they've been an educator or just love being organized.
And this is Sean. I should be back to help with some of the video stuff. For,
Great, thanks,
November,
Sean.
December,
Okay.
depending on the dates,
Yeah.
in the rest of the year. And I just saw something pop up on my phone that says Kimmel's coming back tomorrow. I don't know if that's correct, but
Yeah, we mentioned, we've heard
Yep.
about that. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, thank you. And let's move on to membership. Debbie, are you reporting on membership?
Yes, Elena is away visiting family. And our membership committee, not only do we contact new members, but we try to engage our current members because people join and then don't find a home. And they tend to not be as active as we would like, or maybe they would like. So that's something that we're working on, a way to mentor not just new members, but existing members. So I believe since we met last month on the 25th, we have 13 new members, and our current membership is, I believe, 281, depending on where the number comes from, but that's probably pretty close. So right now, what we're working on, we're contacting new members. Elena Visvari, who is my co-chair with me, Dorothy is a member, and I have been getting in touch with new members. In fact, Elena emailed 87 new members who joined since February to let them know about this meeting today. And Dorothy's been calling, she called at least 22 members who joined in the past month. And she's been letting both of us know who she's contacted and inviting them to different activities. So we've had events for membership. We had one at, what did we have? On September the 3rd at the Green Zebra, we had a meet and greet after work, which was very successful. We had, and in fact, a few people I think are on this call probably joined through that. And we followed up with them, and it was and that was courtesy of Elena and Villia managing that. We have coming events would be tomorrow. We have a monthly luncheon in Venice, a lunch meeting. Tomorrow, it's on the 21st this month because of the restaurant schedule, but usually it's on the third Tuesday. It's at 12 noon, Venice Cafe. And we typically get South County, though it's not limited to South County members, but we get new members as well as existing members. October the 15th, 12 noon, Serving Spoon in Sarasota. Put that on that will be on our website. And then November the 15th, we're trying out something new in Venice, an evening event. So these will be on our calendar, our website. So what we need help with members who would like to contact other members, help them find their niche in our league, and continue to follow up with them, whether it's a phone call or if you know them personally. It's the one-to-one contact we found has worked very well. A friend bringing a friend, and then they join. So I think our September 19th, I believe we had 6 members who signed up. They were non-members, but they were interested, and I've been following up with them to see what they would like to do, and whether they want new information or want to be on our sign up for our newsletter. So our next membership meeting is Zoomed on October the 13th at 1 p.m. and I'll put my email in the chat if anyone's interested in listening, or just finding out what we're doing. Welcome.
Hey,
May
That's
I
it.
say something real quick?
sure.
I got the phone call welcoming me to the league. I wasn't able to answer the phone, but I got the message and I really did appreciate that. So thank you so very much.
Exactly, Marilyn. This is what we need to hear as members of the membership committee, because sometimes we leave messages or emails, we never know. So that I appreciate that feedback, and I will send that to our group. Thank you.
Thank you. Just want to let you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
great. It's nice to have so much going on. I just want to clarify that lunch, that monthly lunch that's happening tomorrow in Venice, that's not really any kind of a program. That's just a group that likes to get together like-minded, and we talk about what's coming up, but people just like, the members just like to visit with each other, and we don't always have the opportunity to do that at a program kind of meeting. The one that we're starting in Sarasota, on the lunch that we're starting on the 15th of October, that's the first one for the season, where that same event will be happening up in the northern part of the community. It's not exclusive to that, but we're trying to make it easy for the members to be together. And that's why we have a very strong group in Venice. That's why we have one there. And then the Sarasota one would be for anybody who's up in the north, or Sarasota and central area. In the past, we've done a breakfast meeting for that, and then we stop over the summer because so many people go away. So we're coming back and starting that as a lunch to see if that would help people be able to make that. But people just like to get together and visit and talk about what's going on. So that's what those are about. All right. Okay, we are going on. Let's see, Susie, do you have anything that you'd like to say about the Observer Corps with County Commission?
Yes, I want to thank Dorothy and say that I've uploaded the minutes, that they're in the public documents for the County Commission. And there's been some discussion about how to get pertinent information to different people in the league and to make sure that people know that the meeting minutes are there and that how to get to them. So if anyone wants to weigh in on that, I'm going to put my email and in the chat, and feel free to let me know if there's particular information you want to be updated on, or if you want to be involved. I do have a new member meeting me Wednesday at the County Commission, who wanted to see how it happens and what's going on. So
excellent.
Hopefully that, it seems daunting, but it's not difficult to take notes, and just it's a very brief. It's not. I know that Manatee County does a very involved note taking of exactly all the things that go on, and what we are currently doing is not that involved nor that inaccurate. I mean, as far as every little thing that happened. we are trying to make sure that they're conducting their meetings properly and that they're being transparent and that they're upholding the values of Sarasota County. So anyway, that's all I
Okay.
have.
All right, thank you. So just to be clear about the Observer Corps, we actually have 3. One is for the school board, run by Jill Lewis-Spector. One is for the hospital board. And then Susie's managing the county commission. School board and hospital board are infinitely easier or less frequent. I won't say they're easy, but less frequent than county commission. County commission is the big one. And that's where you just need a lot of people. You can always watch the recordings after, but we like to have people there so they see us and know what's going on. And when she's referring to Manatee County's reports on school board and county commission are actually published in the paper because they're so thorough. And
Well, they
so
also send an email.
we're not there.
They would send the email that you guys send monthly, I think, because I'm not a member there and I'm included. They have my email. And so anyway, it's interesting information and it's nice to get that email from them, but I don't particularly want to try to start doing that.
No,
I do want to say that Dorothy does a really good job of showing up in the morning, and that's often what happens is you show up in the morning. If there's an afternoon session, people do it from home because they break for lunch and then it's easier to go home and watch whatever happens in the afternoon, which is not as long usually or as involved. So that's, it doesn't have to happen though. I mean, many times I did it from Georgia. I mean, we're not always there, so it doesn't require that you be able to go to the county commission meeting either if we need to cover
Jane
it.
Green is the afternoon person, so that it's me in the morning and Jane Green in the afternoon every time.
Okay, awesome. They're doing Venice. So yeah, it's just that the county commission meetings are much more frequent and much, they're all day often. So we just need a lot of
Right, and I'm hoping, Dorothy, if you want help, you'll ask for it, but it seemed like you've got it covered. So let me know when you need help.
Okay, now the really big one, Liz Barber, to talk about rallies.
Well, we have certainly been busy trying to plan events where we can all stand shoulder to shoulder, show our support as a group, remain with a nonpartisan message on the curbside. We have 3 rallies in October. So everybody has the information on our calendars. We've got the first one is Saturday, October the 4th, then Saturday the 11th, and then Saturday the 18th. The one on the 4th is the one where we're responding to the request by our state league to get out there and rally against redistricting or gerrymandering mid-cycle. So there's information on our website, on our calendar, as to times and the exact location. There is a sign contest for that one. So then we have one on the 11th down in Venice. It's a Unite and Rise rally. If you don't know what Unite and Rise is, go on our National League's website and read up about that. Because Unite and Rise is a huge concept, we have signs that we give everybody. So that one, you appear on the curb and you're given a sign to hold that has the league's message. Then there's one that popped up on the 18th. Vilya, you must have put this information on our website. I didn't even know where it was. It's at Payne Park at 9 o'clock, and it is a No Kings rally. So we are participating in conjunction with, I believe it's Indivisible on that one, or the No Kings outfit. So lots going on in October. Then in November, we're participating in a big rally in Manatee County in which our state president will speak with other speakers as well. So that's a big one. In January, we plan something in Sarasota again for the Martin Luther King holiday weekend, which will have a voting rights theme. And then in February, we plan another one on a Saturday in which we will be celebrating the League's birthday, which is February the 14th and from 1920. And that will be a joint effort with Manatee County near the University Parkway UTC mall area. So lots and lots going on. Specifics are on the website. Thank you to communications, especially to Nancy, getting all of this organized and the word out. So lots going on, a really great space to put your enthusiasm and unfortunately our angst about what's going on together in one group. Strength in numbers.
Yes.
And can I add something? We have three emails that are going to be going out in the next couple of weeks, but we are going to have one specifically to inform everyone about those 3 October rallies and more specifics on them, especially because the League of Women Voters National is now one of the sponsors of No Kings. They are partnering with them with a huge list of other organizations. It's very interesting who's on the list. And then we also have another email that's going to be going out shortly that is an action alert to help people respond to the redistricting effort on the part of Florida. And then, of course, our newsletter will be coming out. So you will get much more information on that just in the next week or so.
Okay. I think it's important to reiterate that the league or the rallies that we're hosting, you know, we always talk about nonpartisan. We try to keep that very front and center. I was surprised when LWVUS announced that they were partnering with No Kings, because I do think that will be more partisan, or I don't know if partisan is the exact word, but strictly neutral, you know, like we try to be. And so we're not hosting that rally. We are participating, that you would find on Mobilize, and that we are participating in someone else's rally. So the other ones, we're hosting the other ones that Liz mentioned. So, all right, thank you, Liz. And now as I said, Speakers Bureau, Sherry is out of the country right now. Voter Services, Kathy. I know you have a lot of need.
Yeah, we've been busy. Tina is on the call, but she's been working with the Ringling College of Art and Design. They had 2 voter registration events that were, and she registered 2 voters and 8 engaged. University of South Florida, 1 vote by mail, 10 engaged. Melinda did the Dems on the 20th, and we had 20 engaged. Newcomers, we're doing tabling at newcomers event in Northport on November the 1st. I have filled out the form and have been approved, so we're good to go on that one in Northport. And I wanted to find out from you, Vilya, how we're doing with the Pride Festival on October the 25th.
I made the application. I haven't heard anything, but I should probably reach out to them. I did make the application though.
Okay, yeah,
A couple weeks ago.
It was pretty involved, and then $250, and I was like, oh. And it is an outside event, so we will be needing the tent and everything. So that once I get the details from you, Vilya, as to approval, then I'll put it in volunteering. Okay. Nancy, I am having an issue with putting the work into the volunteering control panel. If I put it in, the date in European style, it goes in.
I'm sorry, Kathy, but can we take that offline?
Well, I just want, and if I put it in regular, it doesn't. So we need to work on that.
Okay.
We'll work on it together.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Suncoast Remake Learning Days is coming up in the March timetable. The webinars are starting now. We need to make a decision about whether we want to do that again. If we do, I really do need the entire events and everybody involved in this, because it is a pretty big undergoing. We do have a set program in the Remake Learning Days we did last year on the voter election choice. So we do have something there, but I think if we do Remake Learning Days, we're going to have to up the game a little bit on that. So Tina and I will talk about that later. And then returning citizens, we're working with events to put together something in the spring on Project 180, which is a reentry program, a presentation from them. They have a movie that is quite inspiring as to what's going on with how we can help with the reentering citizens. And we still don't know about the postcards. So, and I have put in a request to extend the grant and haven't heard back from National about that. Women's Resource Center, we've had a good presentation there. And Carol Hartz has working with the Spanish community there. This is what our goal is, to become the trusted messenger for the Spanish community. And that's our first steps, is with the Women's Resource Center. So October, we have Plymouth Harbor on the 30th. We have Bay Indies on the 24th. We have Aviva on the 23rd. Both the 30th and the 23rd are in conjunction with the Speakers Bureau. And let me see, that's about it.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. I'm going to give a brief report on Women's Equality Day, which was August 26th. And we worked with LWV Manatee to organize some things, and we had great success there. As Rhonda had talked about the editorials that we had published, we co-signed some of those with LWV Manatee. We also co-signed those, some of the one on education, with AAUW, American Association of University Women. Unfortunately, the editors wouldn't put everybody's signature. So we were hoping to show some solidarity, but they eliminated that piece of it. But also there was a sold out luncheon that was a panel discussion about women's various issues on women's equality. And I was so impressed with Manatee. We did not have the bandwidth, and I don't know if we ever will at that time of year in August, but they also spoke at like 3 or 4 different libraries about women's equality issues and the days surrounding that. So I actually have a call with them in October on how we'll coordinate for next year too. Oh, the other thing I'll bring up, which was really almost humorous in retrospect, I had applied to the Sarasota County Commission that they declare August 26th Women's Equality Day in Sarasota County. And they finally came back and said, yes, they would, but they weren't going to, you know, we wanted to have the public presentation, and they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We'll sign a certificate and mail it to you, but we're not going to tell anybody. So I think what we might do, I was kind of thinking about how could we do that, because Manatee had a public presentation, Orlando, Palm Beach, all had these big public presentations. And so I think maybe next year we can try it with the city of Sarasota to see if we can do better on that.
Why don't we put it on social media, the certificate?
Yeah, we should. We'll out them. Anyhow, okay, yeah. Enough on that. And so action teams, Nancy, can you give a report on education? I doubt anything's happening, but perhaps you can tell us about Jill.
Yeah,
Susie has her hand up.
our amazing team leader is in the hospital. She's been there for about a week now with a neck brace on with massive painkillers and muscle relaxants. And the nurse keeps on telling her to put her computer away and relax. But she is so concerned because she's also chair of Penn Sarasota, which is Public Education Network, which is a coalition of organizations that support public education. And they are having a wonderful program on November 8th that we are publicizing and supporting with them. And so she is just very concerned about that. So we have to cancel our meeting for tomorrow night. However, once she is, back and able to work on things, our main thrust is going to be focused on legislation in the upcoming session that concerns education. And one of the major issues we're facing right now is Schools for Hope, where if you have a school that doesn't have a complete, a high rate of students going there, they're trying to use that school as also a school for hope, and that's presenting a tremendous issue. So I don't want to take any more time, but that's what education is right now.
Okay, thank you. Ann Hardy is the team leader for the Action Team for Natural Resources.
Hello, we are currently meeting monthly. We generally follow some local and some state and national issues regarding, we're talking about various things with natural resources. We're talking to local environmentalists and following the county commission and advisory boards, and issues such as stormwater, clean energy, water quality, and land preservation. So we would welcome people that are interested in natural resources, and I'll leave it at that. I'll put my net.
Okay, so young adult outreach, Tina.
Well, I think Kathy said pretty much what we have done at Ringling and USF. It's more difficult this year because the students are compelled by issues, and there's no candidate there to support a side. So as she said, we are going to participate again in Suncoast Remake Learning Days. But basically, if anybody knows of organizations that would be interested in having us present information about voting, the SAVE Act, what's going on now, for young adults, that's what we need. I've pretty well contacted, and we're established in the local institutions, but we need to reach out to other organizations that I don't know about. So.
Okay, great. Okay, we did it. We finished in time. So
Susie,
I'm sure some of the
Susie had her hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the county commission would probably be very glad to do it. They need a lot more notice than you gave them. So if you asked in July, can you do this presentation in August? They would, I'm pretty sure, say yes.
Okay, I gave them a month. I sent it a month in advance, which is what the outline requested. So that's okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Now we know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Well then, yeah, maybe there was some problem there.
Thank you, Susie. All right, thank you all so much for joining us. If you have questions, I hope you saw our emails in the chat box, or you can find us in the member directory. So we hope you'll get in touch, and let's talk about what's going on and how you might be involved. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you all.